Alright, from the first menu when you boot up the Xbox, you scroll to the game section and select the game marketplace. From there, you scroll again to the game subsection. Then select the rotator in the middle, use the right analog stick to scroll to the indie game section, select it, and congrats! You've navigated to the hidden indie game section in Xbox Live! Microsoft, we get it. There are a lot of games on the XBING service that, to be kind, aren't quite good. I know it doesn't exactly have the best reputation out there, but XBank has some amazing work with real care and attention put into the games. This somewhat recent dashboard made it a little bit harder for me or anybody to find the indie game section at first. Now, to be fair, the search bar is a lot more helpful if you're looking for a specific title, but for me personally, I just like the convenience of looking back and forth in between different choices, trying to find a good game that might fit for me. Let me just give you a quick skim of games here. Blocks That Matter, Cthulhu Saves the World, anything from Radiant Games, Arcado Games, Mommy's Best Games, Kobold's Quest, and that's just a quick list of them. There's a goldmine of great hidden gems all throughout this service. I mean, hell, this very show started with 2 games from this service, and I could have made the entire web series dedicated to XBank, and I would have had plenty of great games to work off. You have some real shining work on this platform, and these devs spent hours, months, and years to make them shine. I love what you're doing, Microsoft, but in all honesty, they don't deserve to be shoved away like this. They deserve better than that. Scapegoat, the game I have today, deserves better than that. Alright, had to get that off my chest, let's get on to the game. Scapegoat comes to us from XBING aficionado Ian Stalker of Magical Time Beat. He's well known for creating 2 games on the XBING service, Soulcaster and Soulcaster 2. 2 roguelike strategy RPGs that let you summon attackers, explore dungeons, fight dragons, rescue wenches, yada yada yada. But the combat was done in a very clever way where it was all set up on a grid and it's a bit more of an action-based tactics RPG. Both of these games are a lot of fun to play and are each only $1 on the XBank service. Ian does want to port these 2 games over to the PC in the near future, as well as the Scapegoat, but for now they're on XBank, they're cheap, definitely try them out. The third game here, as described by Ian himself, was inspired by starting to make a clone of the DOS game Jetpack. In terms of the mechanics, it was influenced by games such as the Castle of Dr. Creep from the Commodore 64, then the look of the Castlevania series, and the goat's movements from Robot Unicorn Attack. All 3 to blend into a kind of Jamba Juice mix of a puzzle platformer. The game, as you can guess from its pun-believable title, is about an imprisoned goat who lands smack dab into a dungeon for all eternity. With the help of some nearby friendly talking sheep, how's that for trippy, you simply have to get out of the dungeon. The end. I can't really say a Scapegoat has an in-depth story, and, well, it doesn't really need one. There are a few clever lines and tutorials here and there, but the work really wasn't put into the backstory, it was put into the mechanics and gameplay. The real main shtick of a Scapegoat is transforming dungeons. The game is designed so that the blocks and platforms go from one station position to another and sometimes more than one position. It twists and turns into many different combinations, blocking your way where you may have to hit a switch in a corner or gather all the keys to unlock the next stage. You can move and operate the dungeons by gliding across different paths as yourself, hitting the switches and maneuvering through obstacles, or you can use your new mouse friend to hit the switches for you, or to teleport yourself to a different part of the level. It feels really good to just glide along the level using the Robot Unicorn Attack inspired controls, and playing it for the very first time at Indiecade, I got it right away. The tutorial is probably one of the most important parts of the game, and the Scapegoat nails it and gets you right into the action. What really makes this game shine is that Ian had plenty of ideas for the different levels throughout the game and clearly had a lot of fun making. He knows that these Grim Reaper dudes are a huge pain in the butt for constantly throwing fire at you, so he made it that after you defeat one puzzle, you get to squish one of the enemies for all the crap they've been giving you. The way it's all designed has an almost setting up dominoes charm to it. You have to kind of set everything up and avoid all the obstacles of setting up dominoes, and in the case of this game, when you do beat it, your reward is watching the spectacle of everything lining up in a cool, transforming sequence. The game offers a lot of great variety like this, where sometimes you have to sit out and plan how to get through the level, and in the level after that, it's based more around skill and getting through the different platforms. In short, its clever and varied level design gives you a great sense of flow, and a great sense of look at how smart I am, I just beat this level kind of feeling. Ian actually started out making the game as a Metroid-style puzzle platformer and actually had some trouble trying to get it to work as an action game with the engine that he used. As he went through, he discovered that he had a lot more fun designing the puzzles in the game, so he instead decided to focus on that. Another interesting thing is that Ian learned a lot from Greg Carlson's talk at GDC about designing the game Limbo. The idea Carlson had was to make twice as many levels as needed, playtest to see which ones were fun, and keep all the good bits. A Scapegoat is a great example of playing to your strengths, knowing your weaknesses, and doing what you're passionate about. And, as you can see, it offers a charming retro presentation to it, complete with a nice soundtrack also by Ian Stalker. It sets the mood well, and it gives a kind of zen vibe to them, almost like a Donkey Kong Country soundtrack. So, being an XBank game, it does come with the price tag of 240 Microsoft points. Wait, important flash! The price recently came down to 80 Microsoft points as I was editing this video, making it just $1. Wanna know why just $1 for this game is a steal? Well, the game took me about 3 hours to beat it the first time. It offers over 50 unique levels to it and a detailed level editor. Always a nice touch to add, even if people like me will inevitably abuse it. Should you be expecting an epic Super Meat Boy scale of content here? Well, no, but it's not asking for $20, it's just asking for $1. The game does offer a demo to try out the first few levels, so if you don't feel like parting those extra points from your Skyrim DLC or whatever, try it before you buy it. A Scapegoat is a clever, well-designed gem at an appropriate price, a charming, fun experience, and a perfect example of what makes XBING so great. Now, Microsoft, if you could just make it a little bit easier to find, that'd be great.